Do you know what makes us so insensitive to violence that it becomes our entertainment? It's a phenomenon called conditioning. While causing pain to others is a conduct that all cultures abhor, still our movies, video games, and children's cartoons have extensive and often very graphic violence. We consider it entertaining. Why? Because those media have gradually and systematically accustomed us to accept ever-increasing levels of violence as part of viewing life. In other words, we have become conditioned. We have become conditioned to enjoy others' pain and suffering, just as the Romans did with the animals, Christians, and gladiators. The only difference is that we're not in a coliseum. And when we become conditioned to violence, we take on its trappings: foul language, offensive gestures, and attraction to weapons. My point is that conditioning makes humans gradually accustomed to a conduct that is actually foreign to them. Now, I use the example of violence because it's commonplace as entertainment and yet very much illegal in real life. So the contrast should really be clear. Now, I'd like to show how conditioning applies to another real-life situation, and that's the transformation of our pure ego into a false ego. Our natural identity is spirit or consciousness that's eternal, joyful, and full in divine knowledge. That's our pure ego. However, by association with matter, which is temporary, insensitive, and dull, we have increasingly identified with a form of matter that is the body that we inhabit. Now, that kind of mistaken identity is what is known as false ego. It's like gradually identifying with the clothes that you wear or the car that you drive. It does happen, but clearly it's a fool's paradise. And yet in a gradual, stage-wise progression, we have increasingly identified with our bodies and consequently forgotten our spiritual nature. What a calamity. Being conditioned to identify as a body, we then adopt other related misconceptions like our sex, our nationality, our color and profession. And so we live in a fool's paradise, oblivious to the reality of who we really are. But, and this is the crux of this presentation, if you can become conditioned to identify with matter, you can also become unconditioned by re-identifying with spirit. We can regain our true ego. For that reason, the spiritual tradition of ancient India emphasizes the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra, which is pure spiritual energy manifest in transcendental sound. By chanting that mantra and by connecting to its spiritual vibration through hearing, we gradually regain our spiritual nature and see our bodies for what they are, simply a covering for the soul. It's like waking up from a dream in which we envisage many things and identified with a subtle body. But a dream is illusion and being awake is reality. So, if you too want to wake up and liberate yourself, then try chanting the mantra you see right here with me, and write it down and chant it 21 times first thing in the morning. You'll see the result. You will feel the result. It's just like waking up. You ready? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That's it. Time to wake up. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.